Hello, I'm back. Same outfit, same day, but I'm making another video because I'm going to try and keep my videos a little shorter. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm going to make an impossible meatloaf with impossible burger. So here I have 12 ounces of impossible meat, or impossible, whatever you want to call it, burger. And here I have some of my homemade breadcrumbs. I seasoned these, but I did not put salt in here because that way they're a little more versatile. And here I have some, wow, what's going on with this light? There we go. And here I have some shredded veggies. I think there's broccoli and cauliflower, carrots, you know, the kind you get in a bag, cabbage. I want to use that up. I have part of an onion that I chopped up, and it's a red onion. It's really strong, but that's okay. I like a strong onion in my burger or my meatloaf. And then here I have a flax egg, and if you're not vegan or vegetarian, just use a regular egg. But I'm saving my eggs to eat. So I'm just going to put this all together along with some seasonings. And then what I want to do today, I want to make like 3 or 4 meatballs because I have a taste for spaghetti. And I want to make a burger patty. It only has to be one because I have some buns that I want to use up. And I have these little silicone baking pans. So whatever's left is going to go in there for meatloaf because I have some vegetarian gravy that I want to try. And I have all those little new potatoes that I got from my garden that I want to eat with the meatloaf, and I'll roast some carrots with that because I have carrots that need to be used up. And yep, I'm shopping from my fridge, so let's get cooking. And hopefully you can see all that. Bring you a little closer. I have so much junk on this stove when I cook. All right, let's see. There we go. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is put the onions in. And this was from some onions that were starting to go bad, so I just chopped them all up yesterday. I froze a bunch, and I kept some for other things to cook with. Then I want to put these veggies in because I want to incorporate more vegetables. So in those go. And it would make a good veggie burger, I think. And I'm just going to mix that up a little bit. And hopefully this will be good. This will be almost like a whole meal in a loaf, because I'm going to have my veggies and my impossible meat. So that's going in. And I don't know, I have to see how this is going to be. I may need to add another flax egg, but I want to get it mixed up first. All right, and then I'm going to put about half a cup of breadcrumbs, and these are pretty fine. So in those go. And then I'm going to put in my flax egg. Now if you're not familiar with a flax egg, this is 1 tablespoon of flax meal to 3 tablespoons of liquid, and I just used water. And it gets very viscous. I don't know if you can see that. But we'll stick that in there. and then I'll mix it up and see if I need another one. And you want to let that sit about 5–10 minutes until it gets thick, because when you first mix it up it's going to be thin, the egg I mean. So let's see. I think I'm going to need a little more liquid, so you can add some milk to this, some dairy milk or vegetarian milk, just to wet the breadcrumbs a little bit. Now this Impossible meat does have fat in it, so that's that. Now in here, I know this is going to be weird, but you know how I like to use things up. So in here I have the juice of a yellow tomato that I ate for breakfast. So I'm going to add a little bit of that, because a lot of times in meatloaf you put ketchup. So I'm going to, or you can use tomato paste. So this will give it a tomato flavor. And I do think I'm going to add a little bit of ketchup to this as well, just to give it more flavor. So I'll add all of that in, because you know how I hate to waste things. So let me get some ketchup, and then I'm going to mix this up. And it looks like it's sticking together. Now if you want, you can also use barbecue sauce in here, but I don't want a barbecue flavor today. I just want a meatloaf flavor. And then probably what I'm going to do is have this with, and I'm going to put, about a tablespoon, well that's more than a couple, tablespoon and a half, couple tablespoons of ketchup. And I'm going to mix that all up. Now this does need some seasoning in it, because I didn't season the veggies either except for salt and pepper. So I want to add some seasoning in here yet. So I'm going to add about a teaspoon of garlic granules. And you can use fresh garlic too, that would be really good. Or you can use that pre-chopped garlic, that would be good. And I'm going to add, now this already has a lot of onion, so a slight onion powder. And I'm going to put some where is it? Here it is. I'm going to also add a little bit of celery salt. Now I made this, it's just sea salt, and I dry celery leaves and then I blitz it up in the bullet. So I make my own celery salt, and I'll add about half a teaspoon of that, because I do like to cook by the seat of my pants. And then I have some of this, a little bit of this breakfast blend. I'll put some of that in. And that has a whole lot of spices. It's Black Stone. I got this at Walmart. And I like to season things with that. So I'm going to mix this up and I'll be back. All right, so I'm going to put some seasoning for all the things. I got this from Imperfect Foods. So I'll put some of that in. I don't know, teaspoon. Then I'm going to add just some seasoned salt. I don't know, I cook by the seat of my pants, so taste it as you go along, and be careful if you taste it and you have raw eggs in there. But I like a good, fairly salted food. I know it's not good for you, but gotta eat what you like, right? So this looks like it's going to stick together real well. And there you go. Looks just like meat. You could do this for Meatless Monday if you're a meat eater, or if you're just trying to cut back on meat. I prefer the Impossible Burger over the Beyond Burger, but the Beyond Burger is good too. But if I have a choice of both, and they're both about the same price, then I will choose the Impossible Burger. So I'm going to go ahead and make this into the different shapes that I want, and then I'll be back. All right, I added a little parsley, and this is Italian seasoning, so I'm going to put some of that in too. So this is going to be a very well seasoned meatloaf, but that's a nice thing about meatloaf. You can season it any way you like. You can make it smoky, you can make it savory, whatever your favorite flavors are. If you can make it spicy, if you like a Mexican flavor or an Asian flavor. The world is your oyster. All right, so I'm going to call that good. I'm just going to taste a little tiny bit of this, and since it's not raw meat and there's no raw eggs, I mean, I wouldn't eat it this way, but I'm going to taste it. That'll be good. All right, I'm going to shape this up. So I'll make 4 meatballs, and I'll put some gloves on. So I want these to be good, decent sized meatballs, and it sticks together nicely. So I'm going to make them about that big, and I'm going to bake these. You could fry them too if you wanted to, but I'm just going to bake them. So I'll make 4 meatballs, and I'm going to put these on parchment paper and bake them in the oven at about, 350. I don't know. I really don't have any standard baking times on things, so I always just check them to see when they're done. And since the only raw thing in here, well, you have to cook the meat until it's done, but there are raw onions in there, so you want to make sure those are cooked, unless you like them not cooked. Up to you. But I think these meatballs will be very tasty, and if you're having spaghetti, it'll give you a little extra boost of veggies. You can put any veggies in here that you like, but I had those and I wanted to use them up, otherwise they would have gotten thrown out. All right, and then I want to make one burger patty, and you could bake this or stick it in the oven. But I think this would be a really good burger. And like I said, it does stick together really well. So I can get a lot of meals out of this 12 ounces of Impossible Burger. So it turns out to be way cheaper than if I just, you know, use the burger on its own. And I think it's tastier. So here's my burger patty. And then I'm going to fill up at least one of these and have a meatloaf. So I think one will do, and this will be 2 meals. I know I wouldn't eat the whole thing. So that's it. And these little silicone molds are nice. I imagine you can get them on Amazon. I got these at Mark's, of course. And then I can put some ketchup or barbecue sauce on top of this, which I will do. And then bake it like I would a regular little meatloaf. So, okay. I'll show you how this turns out after it's done cooking. But for now, I'm going to stick this all in the oven. All right, so here are my 3 dishes. I know they look awful dark on this video, but they're really not. So this is my burger. It fell apart a little bit. It stuck to the pan, but that's okay. I'll just put it on the bun and eat it. Here's my 4 meatballs. I'll have spaghetti with those. And then here's my little meatloaf. So, I will have plenty to eat, and it will be tasty. So here's what the meatloaf looks like since I cut it. And I'm going to try and turn this around, and hopefully, I wish this phone had a thing where you could turn it around, but it doesn't. So I just have to do it this way and just flip it. Okay, I hope you can see me. But anyway, I'm going to taste this meatloaf. Very moist. Can't even really tell there's veggies in there. And I think that'll be really good with the roasted carrots and potatoes. All right, my friends. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.